Yeah, we are live on YouTube. Sven, go ahead.
Hello, everybody. Greetings. This is Srini from Detroit, Michigan, representing LetUsTalkIt. So, LetUsTalkIt is a forum to create an informed, inspired, and empowered community. And we have the sessions weekly on the work and life. And also, we have in the categories of youth public speaking and yoga as well. Thank you again for your continued support. So today we have a great speaker on the technology end, Nitish Kumar Singh. So just a brief intro about him. He has professional experience for more than 6 years, and he's part of various technical meetup groups at his university. And he basically guides a lot of the community, whoever approach him for the help. And definitely, we are very glad to have him here, and he's going to talk today about the Flutter technology, and then probably he will discuss at an overview level today. And if there are any further questions and all, we can always get in touch and get more information. Yeah, Nitish, thank you so much for joining, and thanks for your time again for the community. So it's all over to you.
Thank you. Thanks for great intro. Okay, so is my screen visible? Yeah, can anyone confirm? Is my screen visible?
Not yet, I think.
Okay, let me check it again. It's now I
You can stop sharing and probably you can start sharing again or something like that.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, this is Sridhar. Yeah.
Yeah, hey Sridhar.
Hey.
Okay, so I think somehow we have some technical issue, and the speaker is logging in again. Yes, sorry for the delay. We have some technical issues, and the speaker is resolving them.
is my screen visible? I got disconnected.
Yeah, it is visible now, I think. Yeah, I think it is visible. Yeah, thank you. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Sorry for like inconvenience. Okay, today I am going to introduce with you all with Flutter. So Flutter is one of the greatest technology which I know as uh, so it helps you in building cross-platform application. So basically, you can build a native application for Android, iOS. Mainly for Android and iOS, we have two major platform, mobile platform, Android and iOS. So we can build application for them from single code base. And this is the one of the greatest thing about the Flutter, which you can do. After okay, let's so there is one more thing, like if we can do that for Android and iOS, so there must be some alternative of Flutter, because always there is either alternative or it is the first technology to do that. So it's not the first technology to do that. Before Flutter, there was a React Native. Sorry. So both are great and both have their own benefits, and the working pattern of both are little bit different, and the support and the community are different, everything is different, except there is one thing common, that both of these technology are having great support by the community, and people are loving both of these. So behind React Native, there is Facebook, and behind Flutter, there is Google. So there is great company behind all these technologies. So you are getting a great support, and the community is very much active. If you see on Stack Overflow or anywhere, you will find that people are looking for Flutter developer, or people are asking question about Flutters, and the lots of app are being built using Flutter. It saves our lots of money, because now you have to hire one developer who will build your mobile application, and that will be working on Android and iOS. So you are targeting both the mobile platform, and which is being built using Flutter or by React Native, and there is only one developer or one like one team who is working on mobile platform. Earlier there were two teams. There was a separate team for Android, there was a separate team for iOS. Both are working on a similar application or same application, one who is targeting the Android platform and other who is targeting the iOS platform. So today I will be mainly talking about Flutter. So Flutter came after React Native. So there must be something great about the Flutter that people start, or community start loving it very much, and it start growing rapidly. And now you can see that people are very much aware about Flutter than React Native. If you see on the GitHub, the stars are also growing very rapidly, and the Flutter stars are more than React Native. But these are the not parameter of measuring any technology. But these are something which tells that community is loving Flutter. Okay, so if you are using Android Studio, Xcode, VS Code, Firebase, or there is support for Android API, iOS API, material design, reject. So these are some of the things which are low level, but there is a great support for tools and platform in Flutter. After that, this is something technical, how the React Native works and how the Flutter works. So in the Flutter, we have a canvas, and there we are drawing anything like this is a kind of gaming engine which is drawing. Underneath there is a OEM widget. So this is the bridge which Flutter removes, like there is no OEM widget. So these are something which is low level, so which I will not cover here. Your internet connection is unstable. Okay, so that was something low level, so that's why I did not discuss much about that. But there's one more thing, like in there was earlier there was Android 4.1, which was I think KitKat, or before that. So there was no material design support. So after Flutter came into existence, now we can have material design on any of the platform. So if we want to get material design on Android 4, 5, 6, 7, or if we want to get the material design on iOS, we can get there too. Now we have like a similar design on every platform. Like if you want to get material design on iOS, that was kind of impossible earlier because no one is going to build a material design or something for one application. But after the Flutter came into existence, now we can have a material design or Cupertino design in like different platform. Like Cupertino was not possible in Android and material was not possible in iOS. Now we can get that. So let's understand that with an example. So we have a WhatsApp application, and there is a native application of WhatsApp which is built using native code. So in the right you can see there is iOS, in the left you can see there is Android. So and in the left the Android is following the material design, and in the right it is following the Cupertino design which is for the iOS. But if we want to have similar design on both the phone, probably we cannot get that earlier, or if we want to try to achieve that, that would be very much difficult. But after the Flutter came into existence, there is official library which is supported by Google, who is updating it with their material design docs or documentation. So now we can have the Cupertino design on Android if we want, in case, and if we want material design on both the phone, we can have that. So this is something which Flutter does. So you just write code once, you will get same design on like both the platform, Android and iOS. And this is something technical, so probably I will not get much into this. And this is something which is telling about that the building block of Flutter is widget. So it is the building block of Flutter, and if you want to build anything, it can be built using widget. And the combination of widget is nothing but a unit of a widget is a widget again. So I will not get much into this. And there is two kind of widget, stateless and stateful. Again, this is a low level thing. So let's skip this for now. And dependency management native plugin. Okay, after that, whenever there is any cross platform solution, there is problem with uh, native plugin. Like sometimes we want to have access to the fingerprint, camera, sensor, or geolocation, Bluetooth. So whenever we want to have access to these native things, and there is some problem always because there is no support for that whenever there is in cross platform solution. But in the case of React Native and Flutter, we have these kind of support. And if you see the Flutter, it has really great way of connecting with the native. If we want to have some connection with fingerprint, or if we want to call the fingerprint sensor from our Flutter, definitely we can do that. It's very easy, anyone can easily do that. Let's move. Like these are the low level things, so that's why I'm not getting much into this. So suppose that if we have this kind of a screen, so you see that this is a simple Android phone which is having a app bar. There is a drawer, there is an icon, there is again action button. So can okay, so can I draw? Yeah, so let's draw. So you can see this is the action, and after that this is the floating action button. So if you want to try to build this uh, using Android, it will take around 30 minutes. In React Native, it will take probably 20 minutes. And if you will try to do the same with background, I think probably 5 minutes. Let's try this and let's see how much time it is going to take. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Uh, let's, yeah. Stop sharing, share the complete screen. Yeah, share. Okay, so So I'm going to start from very scratch. So this is the default boilerplate code of Flutter, and I will not get much into coding part, but I will try to be like least the minimum which I can do. So it will give you some understanding that this is very easy to start, and after that it will not take much time compared to Android or React Native. It will definitely save your time if you want to have some new feature, or if you want to release new feature frequently. Definitely you can do that. Lots of companies started using it, like the old company who are using any other technology, they are not moving to Flutter. But the company who have choice to move, like select between Flutter, React Native, or any other thing, they are definitely like thinking or giving a chance to Flutter. But if any company is having React Native, or they are using React Native as the solution, so they are not moving to Flutter because they already have the code, or they are having an app in React Native. If they are going to move to the Flutter, they will have to invest, like they have to invest the money two times. So that's why they are not doing that. But if any company is starting, or they are thinking of building their application, they are definitely giving a chance to Flutter. So let's see. So I'm going to build a material app. So I started with material. After that, main. Let's my app. Let's call my app. Import material stateful home screen. Okay, so let's start with importing the home screen, and import home dot. Yeah. So first of all, I will build a code, and let's run this first. So iOS simulator. I am just doing this basic coding to demonstrate that it's very easy. It's easy to start. If you have Flutter like every second week if you want, and there is single code base. So whenever you are having any problem, it can be fixed easily. Like if you fix the problem once, it will be fixed for Android and iOS both. So let's see how much time it is taking to build. Yeah, now it's ready. So you can see I started. So first of all, I have written a code I have written. So after that, the next thing is title. So title. After that, we have a drawer. Uh, After that, app bar. We are going to have drawer and drawer. So you can see we got a drawer too. Okay, and after that, icon edit. So yeah, we got the icon too. So let's remove the subject. Last thing is floating action button. Floating action button. Floating action button. And child icon. icon slot. Let's make it add. And on test, we do not want to do anything. Yeah. So now you can see it's ready. It does not take at least like 5 minutes also. It was very quick. Yeah, it was very quick. So you got some idea that it is not going to take much time compared to any of these things. So releasing any new feature is not going to take much time. So let's build something else, because this is related to coding only, like Flutter, or this is a technology which is related to code and build the application. So let's build some simple thing which will give you some more idea. So suppose that we are going to make a calculator. It is going to increment a number, or let's say if we have to make a calculator. So let's remove these things and let's come to the calculator part. So yeah, so what are the things in the calculator? So there are two things in the calculator. Input field, and where put a and number b, we can do different operation like addition, subtraction, multiplication. So we will do all these four. So for that we will make a body, and there will be a column. Let's make a children, text input, what is filled, text filled. Yeah, so we got two text field, you can see here. So let's do some styling here. Decoration, input, decoration, and hint number a. Let's enable the auto formatting. Yeah, there is a number a, and there will be one more number which will be number b. So now this looks good, and let's do some margin if we can do. Yeah, so now we are having a two text field, and the first text field is for number a and the second is for number b. So after that we are going to make a button. So let's make a raised button, and there will be a add operation, and after that there will be child, and there will be text add. Yeah, so let's make this add. This is the first. After that will be subtract. Yeah, add, subtract. After that there will be multiply or product. After that division. So when we will click on click on the sub, it will be called the sub method, and when we will click on multiply, it will call the mul, and for the div it will call div. So let's make them, and sub, and yeah, so now we have all these. Yeah, and now I am just going to, when I will click on this, this is going to show the result. So let's make a text which will just show the result, result. Yeah, okay. So first of all we need a two text editing controller, text editing controller a, text a and b. So let's assign the controller. So first is for the a and b. So we will come to that, and we will ask for the uh, uh, I think value, and this is going to return a string a, and after that there is going to be text the string b. So we got two strings. After that we will convert them into double. So let's input a, input b. So whenever you take any input from the user, that is by default in the string. What does that mean? So that simply mean if you will try to add 1 plus 2, it is going to make it 12. And if you will try to add 1 plus 5, it is going to make 15. So it is just concatenating instead of adding them. So first we need to tell them that it's not a string, it's a number. So let's convert them. It is also known as parsing. So basically we are parsing them. Okay, so now we have done that. After that we just have to um, store the result. Sorry. So there will be again a double, which will be result. So result is going to be whatever we have parsed in the A plus parsed in the B, and that's it. After that we will tell the app to just change the value. That's it. Let's see if it works, if it will work. So we have already and yeah. So let's give the default value as and 0, or null is also fine. Okay, let's try. So if I give the value 12 and 80, so when I click on the add, you see the answer is 24, which is somewhere I think wrong. Let's see why that is happening. So we are just doing a mistake here. Okay, so now let's try again. If I click on the add again, it's 30, it's fine. So let's try again. If I do 10 plus 40, it must be 50. So let's click on that, it's 50, it is working. So we made that. So let's try the same for the subtract and division. So let's copy this one and let's paste in the subtract and change it subtract, and for the division let's do the same thing, and for the division let's do the same thing. Okay, so now let's try. So if we subtract, we are getting minus 30. 10 minus 40 is minus 30, it's fine. If we will do 400, if we do the division, 0.05. So probably we have made a simple calculator and which is working, which is having 4 different operations: addition, subtraction, division, and multiplication. So it was not very much difficult or difficult to implement. Anyone can do that. If we want to simplify, or I want to make the beautiful, like make the UI beautiful, we can easily do that. First of all, let's increase the size of button. Okay, so it's looking good. So do the same thing for all of these. Okay, so now we have a big button, it's fine. So let's increase the size of result, style, theme of dot. So there are some default theme, like in the web development, if you know, there is a h1 h2 which is predefined. So same thing happens here. So there are some predefined which you can use, like you can say header 6, header 3. Yeah, it's good. So now let's give some so you can see that the phone is touching the corner of your the screen, or the button is touching the end of your phone, which is not looking good. It must leave some margin. So we are going to do that. So for that, I will just put this inside a container, and the container is having a property of margin. So let's give the margin. So I am getting auto suggestion. So I also need not to write everything, and there is a symmetry. So I want a horizontal. So for that 10 units, so you can see now there is some space. So now if I want to do any other thing, like if I want to uh, make the UI more beautiful, so how I will do that? So suppose that I want two buttons should be in one row. So if you don't understand the coding part, no problem at all, you need not to focus much on that. But for the business perspective, you need to understand that the things which I am doing is not taking much time. So if you need to build any application, you can suggest the developer you should prefer Flutter for once, or have a look at the Flutter and tell me how much time it is going to take and how much cost it will take for building the same thing in Flutter. So let's make a row children, and now I'm going to just bring this here. Okay, now this one is looking good, the row. Let's make one more row children. Yeah, and now we are going to give this as a expanded. And same thing for this expanded. So expand, and same thing for this. So now this, we are having add, subtraction button now looking better than earlier. Let's give some margin if we can, or let's add a container and add some margin. It's set insets all dot only, and for this division I want from the left. It's fine, and for this also I want in the left container, and this one is again looking good, and container. So do not focus much on coding part if you do not understand, but focus on the main thing which I am trying to make you understand, that the amount of time which I'm taking is not very much. It's, yeah. So now you can see that the buttons are having some uh, placed at some good place, like it is not taking the complete area. If there is 4 buttons, and they are taking some equally spaced, and they are arranged in some good pattern. And now this looks better than the previous UI, and I took not very much time in building this. If I want to do any other thing, like I want to change the color, so let's see how can I change the color, how much time it is going to take in changing the color or changing anything if I want to do. So let's try with the changing the color. So for that I will come to the add, and in the add I will see that there is a property called style, and it asks for the text styling. So text style and colors dot red. Okay, so I changed the color of text, and if I want to uh, colors dot blue. Yeah, so you can see that I have changed the color to the blue, and the text to the red. Let's make it a bit better, so it is not looking that much good now. So let's see how we can do that. So for that, mainly I'm going to focus not on the text styling part, but on the container part. So I will just set the color. Here is the color property, and I will tell the button to just have this color. So this looks So now you can see this looks better than previous one. We have blue color and with white text. So we can apply the same styling on all of these. So let's try that. So let's start by changing the color of the button, and now we are having uh, blue button for all of these. And now it's time to change the font color. So let's try. So we will come here and just get the styling of this and add it everywhere wherever I need it. That's done. So let's try for this one, for division 2. Yeah. So now we have some different UI, and this one is better. So again, I can do some more things and make it more beautiful. So this was a very like a basic thing without any preparation. So I have not prepared anything. With my experience, whatever I've learned, I just try to showcase you and make you understand that it's easy, it's like robust. You can do lots of things with like a if you compare this with any other technology, comparatively it is going to take less time, and the app is going to be awesome. The feature or the time or the frequency at which you are releasing the new feature, that is going to increase. You are going to release new feature faster than the current technology which you are using. There is very much possibility if you release a new feature every week or every month, you can release at least two feature every month if you want. And the both feature is going to be released on Android and iOS at same time. And now Google is also started adopting this technology in their own tech, like in their own apps. Like in India there is an app called Google Pay, which is used for payment. And Google started using Flutter for that, and it is working. Like there is having a good user base for the Google Pay in India. And like we are using it, we are not having any problem with that. It's good. So if you have any question regarding this, you can ask. I hope that you got a little bit idea that it's easy. We can get started easily. We can make the things quicker. And as far as I understand, it's easy if you are going to start any new application for your company or your project to pick this technology instead of any other. Just compare other technology with this and just see the good parts of this and bad part of this, and try to understand why you should not choose this technology, because I don't see any like cons. I most of the things are only positive part. I don't see any negative side of this compared to if you compare with any other things. And thank you. So if you have any question, I am ready to take it.
Yeah, thank you so much, Nitish. So just as a reminder, before we get into the Q&A, that, we have two more youth public speaking prep sessions at the same Zoom link. One at 4 p.m. Eastern time. That is about the youth talk about great personalities globally. They pick one person each, and they are going to go live on that webinar. I think this Saturday afternoon at 4 p.m. Eastern time. So the prep session is at 4 p.m. Eastern time today, and then there is another youth group that's talking about the solar system. This is a younger group. That's at 8:45 p.m. Eastern time, and they go live this Friday at the same time, 8:45 p.m. Eastern time. And yeah, these youth public speaking prep sessions are free of cost, and we welcome all the youth mentors as well. And thank you so much for some of the volunteers who already joined us. And we have yoga online every Wednesday and Sunday. and of course these professional webinars Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. So okay, now if you have any questions, feel free to unmute yourself, or you can put comments in the YouTube or Facebook. Okay, yeah. So yeah, if I can ask a question to Nitish. So, like, what are some of any of the most recent projects you have done in terms of the architecture, or the kind of what kind of architecture you used, and what is the use case or the case study?
So most of the app which I made for my client are not very big application. So for them, I am using providers. But for the big application or some giant application, it is recommended to go for Block. But Block is not easy to start for new developers. So this is not recommended by anyone to go for Block. But Block is good for big application, but also on other side it's not easy to start. So for if anyone who is starting with this, they should go with providers, and once they get familiar with that, they should move to Block if they think they need it, because most of the things can be solved using Block, and this pattern not Block, using the provider, and this is somehow good. And I am also using in most of my projects Block.
Yeah. Okay. Sure, Nitish. Thank you so much for your time, and we'll definitely stay in touch with you regarding any of these technologies, and if there are any needs that you can help us with. We'll touch base with you offline. So thanks again for your time, and thank you all the audience. We'll see you again at the same Zoom link, for the youth at 4 p.m. Eastern time today. And also, yeah, just to let you know that there is a holiday raffle wheel as a sign of gratitude from LetUsTalkIt team to all the speakers and all the audience. Where you can participate in the raffle. There is no cost to it. You can go to letustalkit.com/raffle and register. And the actual live raffle game will be played at 12 p.m. Eastern time this Saturday. That is December 19th. This Saturday, 12 p.m. Eastern time. That is 10:30 p.m. India time. We'll be playing the raffle, and we'll be like announcing the gifts to the winners. Once you spin the wheel, and wherever the wheel stops, and if your name is there, you will be the winner. So you can go to letustalkit.com/raffle. And also, I think on the main page also there is a link to that on the main page of letustalkit.com. Okay, it's open for everybody, all the audience of LetUsTalkIt as well as speakers. There are different categories in the raffle. Okay, thank you all, wonderful audience, and thank you, Nitish, and everybody. Will see you again. That's all for the day. Take care.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Bye-bye.